Hey guys, Brad here, and today's review is going to be on a tool that I think is my favorite tool of the year. This is Dewalt's brushless 6.5 inch DCS 565 circular saw. I'm a huge fan of the smaller saws just because I really like having blade left saws, but I also find that the amount of renovations and stuff that we do, I don't like having a large saw. Sometimes I just can't get in between walls or whatever I'm doing. So I've just come to accustomed to these smaller saws. Now, before we get into this, make sure you subscribe, hit that notify bell, give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and make sure you subscribe. If I already said that, I may have said that. Anyhow, let's take a look at this. This has been a little bit hard for me to get. I finally found it, and I think it's on Amazon right now, so I'll leave some links down below. I do have the brushed version of this, which we've done a review on it long time ago, and this is the upgrade. This is the brushless version. It weighs 6.3 pounds. It is blade on left, which is blade on the left side of the motor, and it's got some other specs to it. So let's take a good look at it. One big upgrade for me is the fact that this has a nice hook on it. You can use this for hooking onto 2x4s. If you're up in the roof, in the rafters, you can hang it very easily. It's just a real nice option to have. It tucks in on the side here, totally out of the way. I really do like that a lot. The base is exactly the same as the original, and it's made out of a cast. And then we've got a little bit of a dust collection here where you can remove this. I don't want to take it off because I'm afraid if I take it off I might weaken it and it might snap, but it does click in around this little metal tab here. And this one in particular is for the Dewalt vacuum, the quick connect that just clips onto here. But as you guys all know, we can also use Festool hoses on this as well. It does work pretty well. It sucks up about 80% of the dust, and which is nice, but quite honestly, I don't think I'll ever use a vacuum on this unless I'm in somebody's house. And if I'm in someone's house cutting, odds are I'm using my track saw. So, having the vacuum port is cool. It's nice. Will I use it? Not right now. Not right now. Right now we're doing a lot of outside work, so I really don't see myself hooking a vacuum up to this for a long time. It does have an LED light on the front here. I'm just going to grab a battery so you guys can see this. Right there. So there's an LED light in here which is shining right on the blade area down in there. So that's another nice improvement. Some people have said they don't like it because it kind of glares at them. If that's an issue, you could just throw some tape over it just to dull it out a little bit. But can you see that light there? There we go. Okay. One cool improvement too is the lever on the front. It's a lot nicer than the old one. And this allows you to bevel all the way to 50 degrees. Okay, so that's pretty nice. It's got a plastic guard on it. I'm just going to take the battery off. It's got a plastic guard on it. Now, you might think these would break, but they don't. My last one never cracked. You can be pretty rough with this. They just keep on going. They don't break. So I'm very happy with that. Now, to adjust the blade depth on this, it's on the side, just like the old one. You just pull it down. And back in here, you can see the numbers, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, all the way up to 2 inch. That's your depth. And there's a little arrow on this piece of metal here that you just kind of line up to where you want to be for your depth of cut. So there's not a huge difference between cutting with this size versus a 7 1/4. It's very small in the overall depth of cut and the difference between the two. I really like these saws because they're light. When you're cutting all day, it just, you don't want something that's really, really heavy. I never, ever, ever use my 7 1/4 saws unless I'm doing serious demolition work. Then I'll probably grab my flex volt. But for everyday cutting like 2x or plywoods, things like that, I just always go for the smaller saw. It's just less wear and tear on your body. And that's a huge thing. The older you get and the more you're working, your body just starts to feel these aches and pains. So I really can't stress enough using a light saw. Now, a lot of people don't like the blade left saws, and I totally get it. I mean, I kind of started off with a blade left. I never really liked having the motor on the left-hand side because I found for me, I would look over it like this on this side, and it just didn't feel natural to me. So, you know, it's just sort of personal preference. A lot of guys don't like this style. They like the other style with the motor on the other side. The other thing with this saw is that the motor is quite small. It doesn't stick out as far as previous. So that's nice. It's really nice and compact. It fits really, really well into my toolbox setup. Yeah, I'm just really, really pleased with this saw. The cutting on it is smooth. It's powerful. If it binds up, you actually do get kickback on this, so be careful. You know, the previous one I didn't really get any kickback. It does have a more powerful motor on it, which is nice. And I've just been cutting tons and tons of decking with this thing. Mostly like deck framing, like 2x10s, 4x6s, things like that. So it just has not failed. Dewalt gives you a blade with this, and so far I'm really liking their blade. I will switch it out to I don't know, whatever blade I've got in my box, so you might see me in future videos with a different blade on here, but they do give you the blade. I didn't get the battery charger tool setup. I just got the bare tool only, and we'll leave some links down below for Amazons if you guys want to purchase this thing. Can't recommend it enough. I think if you're looking for a saw and you're comfortable with the blade being on the left hand side, this is a huge contender. I can't say enough good things about this. I haven't tried Milwaukee's new one. I will compare it to this, but yeah, right now I'm really liking this. It also has a brake on the blade, so when you run it, it stops right away. So very, very nice. Just stops. A nice safety feature, because you know the older style saws, if you're running them, sometimes the blades will keep running, and you know when you stop and you set it down, if your guard is caught because either it's broken or maybe it's got some wood jammed up in it, if you set this down, the blade will just, or the saw will shoot across the ground. So pretty much all new saws these days have some sort of brake put into them, and I think that's just a really, really important safety feature to have when looking for, you know, your new saw. All right, guys, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think. I love the saw, so make sure you leave some comments, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Till next time, keep on crushing it. We'll catch you later.
Rolling.
I didn't see you there. Ooh.